All righty, we are airborne, everybody. Flaps down, rudder stabilize, on the runway.
All righty,
Takeoff
we are
speed
airborne,
achieved.
everybody.
Turn off this side chat. Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday night to you. Thought we'd have a little side chat. Troll-a-Rama tonight. Just kill a little time. I got a lot done this afternoon. I've been working real hard. Hey, Keith Gregory, nice to see you. Been working really hard around the rancho. Got my taxes knocked off today, which were brutal. And you can thank YouTube for adding another layer, Google, adding another layer of already miserable tax season to all that. So hope you're doing well. Greg, I'm going to kick my shoes off here. Just relax a little bit. Oh, rest my dogs and just have a little bit of a chat tonight. All right. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, so I spent a long day today working the taxes. They never get any easier. Every year, alternative minimum tax calculations, and sometimes I just feel like throwing up my hands and saying, to hell with it, and just paying $500 or $1,000 to get it done. But then I remember, hey, I'm cheap, right? I don't, if I can do it myself, I don't care if I have to take 20 hours to burrow through that shit. I will get it done. And we've been selling a lot of stuff around here too, a tremendous amount of stuff working down. I want to reclaim space around here. I want to slim down the rancho. And to do that, I need to get rid of a lot of stuff that I'm probably had to recognize that I'm never going to have time to really work on or appreciate. One of my audio friends, can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Phil off his tree, or maybe it was Jody over in the UK. They really hit the nail on the head when they say, you know what, Rosie, have you ever just sat down and been able to just appreciate one of the units and just sit there, get your headphones on, just crank back in a chair and just listen? Hey, Dill Rogers, nice to see you, my friend, and just sit back and just chill out and listen to some music. And I'm like, no, I never have. What I typically do is I repair a unit. I just finished the 1972 Sony STR 7065, top of the line Sony for 1972. A lot of Vietnam vets came back with them from PXs in Japan and Korea. Really nice units. Got it all done. And then by the time you got it done, hey, Drew, by the time you get it done, you don't even feel like fiddling with it anymore. Hi, Jackie. Happy Easter to you, honey. You don't even feel like fiddling with it anymore. So you do a vintage audio listening experience, you put it on the shelf, and you never really appreciate it. Well, I'm going to try to go backwards and undo some of the things. And I've talked to Drew about this before on the phone and some other things to try to work backwards. I have, for example, up on the shelf, I have 4 Fisher units here. The beautiful walnut cases. I mean, they represent the very zenith of American technology in developing stereophonic sound, and they were the highest quality stuff that you could get in the world at that time. But do I really need 4 of them, or do I just need one representative unit? They all have the beautiful walnut cases, and I mean, I love them. But there just comes a point where you've got to lighten up. So that's what I'm on the trail of now. Now, what else do we got? Tomorrow is Good Friday. It's typically a day I fast, and then we go out and have something to eat. Tomorrow, either fish and chips or something vegetable. Hey, Yankin, nice to see you. It's one of the 2 days that I do try to fast, Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. Hey, Prepping, nice to see you. How are you doing tonight? So, yeah, it's going to be a nice Easter. We're going to be down at the Boston Janus for Easter. We'll probably be doing the Saturday hangout from down at their place on Saturday. It's going to be great to see them. Haven't seen them in a while. The boss has been working his butt off. I think he's on six days, 12-hour days. He's been working like crazy. So it's going to be fun to see them. I'm going to make a lemon meringue pie and take that down for Easter. And I'm also going to do tomorrow night for teeny weeny bikini baking. I'm going to be doing a strawberry shortcake, but what I call a very elegant strawberry shortcake. Hey, Neb, how you doing, honey? Hey, Andrea, nice to see you, sweetie. Welcome aboard. So I'm going to be doing a very elegant. You see people make sponge cake. They cut it in half. They put a layer of sponge cake on the bottom. They put some whipped cream. They put some strawberries on the whipped cream. They put another layer of sponge cake on it. They put some whipped cream. They put some strawberries on top, and they call that a strawberry shortcake. It's just like, brother, that just don't cut it. In the baking world, that's like it. Yes, baseball season is upon us. Yes, it is. Will the Houston Astros repeat? Again, it's a good question. Hey, Nomadic Fantastic. Well, my strawberry shortcakes rely to a great extent on jam, and using jam as an intensification of flavor for a strawberry shortcake. It'll still be elegant, but it'll be good. Let's see. Dill says, I'm picking up my grandfather's service weapon tomorrow. Can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it since I was 8 years old. That's my service weapon. That's my Easter celebration. What did he have? A 40 caliber or something, Dill, or a Colt 45? I mean, what was his service weapon? Why does the Easter Bunny hide his egg? I don't know, Nomadic Fantastic. I'm almost afraid to ask. Oh, boy. Brace yourself. Wait for it here. I'm looking at myself today. I almost look like it's the peak of summer. Oh, 357. Nice. Nice, nice. Are you going to do a video on it, Dill? I want to go to your channel for a second. I think, let's see. You don't have any content. Let me know if you're going to do a video on that. I don't just sub people if they don't have content. Spilling the juicy gossip about her strawberry shortcake. That's it. Oh, he doesn't want people to know he's been boinking the chickens, huh? That's pretty funny. Well, all that stuff that Joe Kane sent us from Australia, we ate. We just tore through all of that. I'm fat and I don't give a shit. I don't really care. I'm luscious. I don't care anymore, right? Jeez. I do like Easter though. I enjoyed. Do you ever harken back to the days when you would get those chocolate rabbits? For those of you who are Christian and celebrated, hey, Swamp Pick, and to my many Jewish friends, happy Passover to all of you. I hope you have a delightful and a great one. Good evening, Swamp Pick. Nice to see you, but there was something very special about having a chocolate rabbit that was wrapped in gold foil. And the first question you always ask yourself was, is it hollow? And no, it wasn't. It'd be one of those Palmer ones that would be hollow with chocolate about yay thin and stuff. So good evening to you, Lynn. I want to give another special shout to Joey D, our friend down in Fairfield. Joey, nice to see you. We are going to attempt to see you before, or at least come down for lunch. Jen has she has her next round of infusion in April, so we got to figure that out. But Joe sent us a beautiful box of breads from Bodines, I never knew how to pronounce that down, and just really fantastic sourdough and stuff. And thank you again, Joe. We feel guilty when you send us the stuff. It's like you said, Rosie, as long as it goes to your butt, it's all good. Well, it has been going to my butt. But it's Good Friday tomorrow, and it's a day for fasting. Hey, Monroe Red, nice to see you. How are you doing, sweetie? How are you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, you always ate the ears off first. And I want to say something about some of the trolling that goes out on there. We were eating dinner tonight, and I was listening to, I try to listen to all the hangouts. Boris was having a hangout and stuff. And there was a troll that suddenly appeared and said, Lindy, Dave, and Rosie are ganging up. Or what did it say? Rosie's going live with Lindy tonight or something like that. And Jen and I just sit there, we just like drop the forks and Jen looks at me. Were you going live tonight? I said, no. Were you going live tonight? No. So you got to always be careful. One person in here is famous for talking about being a critical thinker and stuff, and it's amazing how people jump to that when they, when a troll like everyone knows I'm Hosey throws that red meat out there, and they all jump on it like there's no tomorrow. I'll just say this: that stuff is so beyond the scope of what I understand about the community and stuff. I don't know any of those people and their intertwinings and stuff like that. It's not of interest to me. It's not that I dislike it. I'm not one that is a gossip monger and enjoys talking about that kind of stuff. But it seemed to me that that was private business, and I respect that. I mean, I got no issue with Boris. I would never do anything to do something stupid like open a hangout and have somebody on to berate somebody or give somebody a platform to spread hate or pull somebody down. It's not my style. People that know me, no, I would never do that. It's like, take care of your own knitting, and I take care of mine, and it all works out pretty good. But there are some people that are very bound and determined to do what they can to drag, well, my name through the mud whenever they have the opportunity to do so. But you see where I stand today. I have the same people that been with me almost since day one on YouTube, and it's a wonderful thing. Dill Rogers says, critical thinking. We need more of it. Absolutely. Chiming says, hi, Rosie. Cat's claiming I'm Lindy. Just want to make it clear I'm not. Chiming, you've been around on my chats for, good Lord, 2 or 3 years. You've always been very nice to me. You've always been very fair. You're always very down the line on what goes on with your feelings about Elvis and other things in the community. And yet you're able to look beyond and just see the person and be appreciative of that. So, in a way, I don't really care who you are, because you've always been, and I'm not inclined to just try to dig in and find out, but I'm telling you, you've always been a very nice person on my channel, and that's never changed one iota, and that's good. Yeah, everyone knows I'm Hosey. There's the troll par excellence that threw that little bit of red meat into it. GoPro versus Sony. Hey, Marcel, man, how are you doing, sweetie? Yeah, it seems to be that way, Andres. And what's the bottom of YouTube all about groups attacking? Yeah, I'm not on the attack squad. I don't have anything against Cat. I don't have anything against Boris, but I do my own thing. I'm not going to be accountable to anybody else. Just like the day they stand for accountability is the day that I'll stand for accountability. Until that day, I'm happy to go my own way, do my own thing, run my own show, as I will continue to go and do, and hang out with whom I want, when I want, and wherever I want, because that's the right I have. The right to succeed or fail all on my own. So, yeah, so Marcel, man, what's going on with you? I guess we're talking about Amanda May got that beautiful Sony A6300, which is a really good camera. That's a really excellent camera. It's not a pro camera, but it's a really high-end. Let's see, if you're a free speech advocate, you let anyone willing to speak on there one time. If they abuse their privilege, then don't let them back on, but they should be given a chance on your channel. That's what I say. I don't have anybody blocked. Yeah, I couldn't figure out at dinner tonight, Nicole, but I knew I'd be swept into the swirl for a little bit anyway. But cooler heads prevailed and understood that people, like everyone, know I'm Hosey. You just have a vested interest in stirring the pot there. So I must be imploding. I don't know. But, it is what it is. I mean, it's Easter weekend coming up, and I can't wait to see the boss and Janet. We'll have a good time down there. Nice to see you, Nicole. Good Friday in the UK. No, but I believe in just trying to get along. So but I always do kind of laugh at stuff. But yeah, it looked like a nice camera. She's got that bokeh, that f1.8. I think it's a 40 or 50 millimeter. I can tell you guys that's a real bokeh. I got the 40 millimeter Olympus Zuiko lens, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you're going to get that bokeh, which is mean your object in the foreground is very in focus and then the background is blurry, it's very compelling video because it forces you to just consider the subject of the video. It's a really nice camera. So everyone knows them Hosie's. Hosie's going to have Lindy on her panel. I don't think I've ever had Lindy on my panel, to tell you, to tell you the truth. I don't even know Lindy that well. Hey, Greg, nice to see you. I just, I'm like, it's like I'm stepping onto a subway train and I'm jerking down the track there, trying to figure out I'm just getting glimpses out the window of people flying by, and I'm supposed to understand what's, somebody is another somebody done somebody wrong song. That's the only thing I know. Yeah, Monroe. I don't. That's why I don't think about it. I got a real objective. I've got a real objective for things I want to accomplish this spring here, and I'm really focused on. Yeah, Nicole's like poor choice of words, jerking. After you, Nicole. Chiming says, I miss what happened, but Lindy's out again. I'm not sure. I don't really know. I don't follow that chat too often. It was rare. We'll usually try to, if Boris is on daytime, just put an ear to it and listen to it. But I'm not, I never felt like it was my business to get involved in that stuff. I never got, not on Periscope. I'm not one to dish the dirt on that stuff. Hey, Rob, how you doing? I don't care if others do. It's fun for them, but it bores the hell out of me, to tell you the truth. So it's not my cup of tea. But if others enjoy doing that, it's fine. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of people always ready to throw you under the bus and stuff and make up a lot of nonsense about things. So yeah, Lynn, what's going on? Hope it's warming up a little bit out there in Missouri. Pay no attention to red. Yeah, this is a Troll-a-Rama. Fear not, Greg's Ranch. It's a open chat forum for a couple hours tonight, just a side chat. So just getting ready for Easter here. I don't know, chiming, but I can just, this is the ability I have. And this is why I hang around people that I hang around, because they don't play the association game. They don't say if I don't like somebody and then you like them, then I can't like you anymore. It's the old commutative law of mathematics. I don't do that. I take each individual person on their own. Okay. In other words, if you have a problem with somebody, you GI your own problem. You take care of your own problem, but it should not cross and create problems. And I've managed to maintain relationships, good relationships with Vegas Vixen and other people in the community that are also intertwined with other places. But that's just the kind of person that I am. And I like to really be able to have those relationships. And for the most part, I'm very blessed that that's the way that mine worked out. Yeah, chiming says, but it's weird to be accused of being someone you are not. Yeah, I don't know really what to say about. I don't really know. Like I say, I'm not really familiar with what the beauty community was all about. I never hung out over there and was a part of that. I'd rather hang with the preppers and the RV community and that kind of stuff. Okay, Greg, I got you. Thank you. Well, it's not. I mean, everybody can do their own thing. I'm just saying that that's the way I roll. I don't play the. I can't be friends because you're not. You don't like that person. I maintain relationships with a lot of different people. It's called rising above and just taking people on an individual basis. So yeah, so as far as you chiming, like I said, you have been gold with me. You have seen some of the nonsense I've been involved with. You've seen some of the stupid shit that I've done on YouTube. And we've always gotten along great, and you've never been one to flame or. So actually, you've been a damn nice person. So let's see, chiming said, never been in the beauty community. There are very few beauties. I don't know. Like I say, it's not a community that I have been in. Can we see some of your firearms? You can see some of my range videos. I'm not. Maybe we'll do a hangout one night. You know, YouTube's real negative on uh, showing firearms and reloading and all that stuff. So, you know, being out on the range is one thing, but brandishing a weapon in your own home and showing it on the hangouts and stuff is a no. It's a no-go. I mean, you're allowed to have guns. You're allowed to be on a range and things like that. But what you're not allowed to, you know, I'm not gonna. I've never come onto a hangout, you know, brandished or done. What they don't want to do is have people demonstrating and breaking down arms on guns and all that. Thank you, I'm on it. Nice to see you. I think I have a pretty good heart. Yeah, I mean, I get tarred and feathered a lot for stuff I haven't done. But I just refuse to toe the line with people, no matter which, you know, no matter which side it's on. You know, I don't do that. I go wherever I feel like going and chatting. And I don't make any apologies for that. I've earned my wings and my stripes. I've taken beatings over the years for the right to go and do what I want. Thank you, Rob. Rob says, I've seen a lot of the dumb stuff you've done on YouTube, but I support you. That's funny as hell. Well, we might have a separate hangout, but the days of just doing a dedicated, you know, it's okay to have guns. It's okay to be Hickok 45 out on the range and doing that kind of stuff. But sitting there and you know, who knows what goes on? Yeah, Rosie did get some beatings too. That spoon saw some action. That was it. But you know, Nicole, we've been through the mill and stuff like that. But it's funny that you know, I can say that most of the people that I rode with from the beginning still ride with me today. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Hey, Eddie, how are you doing, honey? And I mean, you know, I still make my screw ups. So I'm gonna get something to drink real quick. Be right back. Oh boy. All right. What do we got? Let me scroll up here. Yeah, my friend got a channel showing guns YouTube once. Well, he must have brandished it or something like that. I'm not sure. You know, it's all about context. You know, I've seen people that they go out and they, you know, range videos are fine. They're normal, you know, and stuff like that. You got Hickok 45 out there blasting away at targets. Oh, that's okay. They don't have any problem with that. They don't want anybody showing how to do reloading of ammunition and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that. You know, when you have people in the community, oh, he was doing educational vids, yeah. Yeah, so you just have to be careful about that. Yeah, I don't know what you do for educational vids, self-defense, but all of my, I don't have one person in the prepping community, not one, and they have thousands of videos. Not one of their videos has been taken down or received a strike by YouTube, none of them. So they're still doing what they're doing. What they're not doing is showing reloading and that type of thing. So that was the rule that came out. YouTube's not allowing to show reloading of reloading ammunition, and reloading shells, and all that. But other than that, nobody's had a gun video taken down in our community. No, Sambo. Hey, Hickok 45. Nice to see you. Not Hickok, but it is nice to see his channel. I mean, Deal. That's my favorite shooting channel. Yeah, real old school stuff. Decent guy, demonstrates all that. But I'm going to say when somebody is hurt in this community, like I have the same accounts I've had, January 13th, January 3rd, 2013, Rosie O'Kelly came on board. And then in November 2013, Rosie Murphy came on board. And then in April of 2014, Jen and Rosie Reality TV came about. And I only have Rosie O'Kelly Photography and Cinematography, which has not even gone live with content. But I always have to laugh because, you get accused of trolling, and I've seen trolling go bad. I mean, I'm not smart enough to be a troll. I don't have that much inclination or interest in other people, to troll them and stuff like that. Because, I mean, like Wayne came on under a troll account, RB Prepper Wayne, and the camera was on, and there he is under Frank Rizzo. Corey so fucking came on under Little Red Riding Hood one night. Whoops. It's like, oh, whoops, there's Rosie. I would be the idiot, it's just not worth it to me. I'm not smart enough to do that and pull that off. You got people like Skiwi, they work ISP, ping, pang, pong. They tell oh, this guy's the same as on that account and all that stuff. It's just not that interesting to me. It's more fun for me to just be out doing standing on my own and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm honest that people's perception of events can vary greatly. Often a little explanation would clear things up. Or often somebody contacting somebody and saying, hey, I heard this about you. Is this true or not? But how often do people really do that? They don't. It's yeah, Sambo, you're a class A troll though. You're funny as hell. You and Happy Meal. But I gave you case in point when Jen and we were listening to Boris's thing, and frankly, I couldn't make head or tail. I don't understand what happened, but like I said, I don't feel like it's my business or my interest to be in that. But all of a sudden, here comes everyone knows I'm Hosey. Hey, Rosie's going to have a hangout tonight with Lindy on. Like, fuck, I never had Lindy on my. I've never had Lindy on my hangout and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, how did we arrange that so fast? That's a real dynamic duo and stuff. But this is the lengths that some trolls will go to just to stir the pot and try to cause a problem, and people pounce on that. And what does it do? It just damages somebody's. It attempts to damage somebody even more within a community. But right-thinking people kind of see that. So trolls aren't as smart as people think they are. Well, there's some pretty smart, there's some pretty intelligent ones on there. There's some really smart people. Yeah, would bring in the views. Yeah, but what would I talk to Lindy about? Pecan season in Georgia. I don't know, the Mark Twain Festival in Hannibal, Missouri. I mean, what the hell would we talk about? I have no idea. Hey, Joe King, nice to see you. As Joe King says, all trolls say they don't troll or have troll. But Joe King, I think you can grant sometimes that people don't feel the need. Some people don't feel the need to have a troll account. I mean, if I'm going to say something, I'm just going to say it in a hangout or be on a video. But it's sometimes you just have to laugh. Get her and Boris on and let them slug it out. Yeah, I just don't have any basis of understanding any of that. I know you. Joe King says I have 100 Joe King troll names. I know you're well armed. You're well armed, but what could you add? Hey, Vegas Vixen. But what could you add to it? Like, I don't know. Like, Vegas Vixen's been embroiled with that community for years. And I think that every time she would start to talk to me about that community before, she would see that my eyes would just start to glaze over, and I'd be like, my eyes would just glaze over, you know. Sambo says, I only troll for comic effect, not malicious. Sambo, you're funny as hell. You're a great troll, but you know, Vegas fixing those, I just don't ever bite on that stuff. You know, it's not interesting to me. And probably Vegas fixing's like, dang, you know, I can't get Rosie to bite the hook on that. But it's not, you know, I just don't know. You know, so when what came down tonight, I scratch my head and say I got no clue about any background on any of that stuff. Just somebody done somebody wrong song. That's all I know. So I respect people's privacy. Yeah, don't bite the hook. I mean, the last thing I would do is have Lindy on or something and just sit there. Hey, now tell me all about. I have to say, oh, we got to go back to 2014. I'm like, no, I'm not that interested. Yeah, so I don't know, you know. But give people the respect, and you know, give people the privacy and all that. So, like I said, I don't have anything against any of that. Dave came back. I enjoy Dave. You know, Dave, the fisherman, and I, we've come a long way. From way back in January, and respect is something that builds off of that. And I've not got involved in a lot of the other stuff that went on, but you know, I got to know him and enjoy his company and enjoy chatting with him. I enjoy seeing him talk about fishing. I enjoy seeing him talk about trucks and stuff. I really enjoy that stuff. You know, female packaging with a male inside. I got it. I mean, that's the stuff that I really enjoy seeing there. So, you know, if he's having a chat, I pop over and say hi to him. Sure. It was funny to hear somebody say tonight that you know, the Lindy might have been a wrench that got thrown into between the two chats anyway. I mean, who knows? You know, I was never that invested in them. Thank you, Andrea. I try to be. It's not a perfect world. I've done some stupid stuff. But one thing I don't do is troll people on YouTube. It's just, I think you need a certain brain to be able to do that. And I'd be one of those people that day one would be called out, and it just wouldn't be worth it. It's just not that. It's better to just have a thick skin on YouTube. Too nice at times. Greg's like, let it all fly, baby. You know, I love you, but you're too nice at times. That's funny. Just saying. Jill Rogers is WTF. Oh boy, that's why I never got really overwrapped in the whole Elvis thing, because I could see a termination. I could see a terminus of that. I could see a natural point where the money would dry up, and the attrition was, yeah, we are, Jill, but I had to fabricate myself in a new one. But I knew that there would come a point where the funding would be very problematic, and it would just hit its own natural teleonomic end to it. You know, and that's exactly what seems to be happening. So, yeah, I'm not into name calling, that's for sure, Jessica. I've seen a lot of name calling and stuff on both sides, and that's why I've just chose to stay clear of that. Joe says, I see Elvis gave Bergs a wrench and had him on panel. What will happen when Bergs is drunk on panel? It'll be can I guess, Joe? It'll be a fast exit. Sambo said, I never met a tranny before, but you're okay and would like to have a neighbor like you. That's awesome. Jesse says, how'd you get started restoring old sound equipment, if anybody asks that? I started when I was very little, taking trips to the electronics store. I Enjoyed building Heathkit electronic kits when I was younger. I guess when I was 13, I built an AM, FM, Heathkit stereo receiver. It worked out real good. And I just started studying electricity, and I was young enough that electricity was still taught in advanced high school curriculum for engineering and stuff. So it wasn't electronics, it was electricity with theory and I equals E times R and deriving equations for figuring inductance of chokes and coils. So I learned a lot. Yeah, won't you be my neighbor? Hey, Alpha Wolf, I don't know what private message I sent you, but WTF. Won't you be my neighbor? I don't think it was for me then, Alpha Wolf. Alpha Wolf said the photo was really nice. Shame on you, Alpha Wolf, on Good Friday. Soap your mouth out there. Yeah, I had the same in school. Ohm's law. That's exactly right. All the basis of electronics and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Nicole. That'll be the day. Yeah, that was the days I had. I mean, this was a really rigorous college prep course in engineering. Well, it started with the shops. You had in 10th grade, 9th grade, you had wood shop, then you had sheet metal shop, then you had hot metal shop with forging, casting, and then you finally, senior year, you got to machine shop where you were actually running an engine lathe, and I mean, really turning out some product. I mean, some incredible stuff on an engine lathe. And I mean, you were there with a micrometer at 17 years old. I mean, you really learned your stuff. And then you took courses in electricity and then mechanics. And I'm not talking about car mechanics. I'm talking about summation of forces, IJK vectors, and oh my goodness. So you're talking about stresses and strain points, and they give you a final exam would be a bridge, and they give you various points of compression and certain weights, and you had to figure stresses and torsions. I mean, you're talking about some really stuff. Hey, Janet, looking forward to seeing you. Yeah, I was there with the slide rule too, Joe King. I was one of the last classes to use a slide rule, and then we went on to the Texas Instruments calculators. Nice to see you, Janet. Looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday, coming down and having a good time. Bring a couple goodies down. Nice to see you. Yeah, there you go. Sambo says, I learned electronics from Radio Shack books. Yeah. But I found, I'll show you guys, like, I'll just show you guys. I don't want to turn this into a nerd-a-rama here, but one of the great sources on for great textbooks and stuff, and this came from, let me see something here. Oh boy, guys, they would have like on eBay, people list up. These come out of high school and college electrical engineering classes and stuff, and you have great stuff. Fundamentals of semiconductor and tube electronics. I mean, you get these books for like $2, and if you're good in math and stuff, you know, you start to learn circuitry, and you work some of the problems. And I mean, I'm not kidding you. It gets pretty heavy duty. You can see some of my pencil marks in there from some of the stuff that figuring some of the power output curves and stuff like that. But you can get to some of these books, basic radio, $2 or $3. Some of this stuff, theory and servicing of AM, FM, stereo receivers. This stuff is like gold. And I don't think I paid more than $2. There's a whole book just on vacuum tube amplifiers. I think I'm probably one of the last people in the world that still works on all that stuff. But all this stuff from the 1950s and stuff, this stuff is gold. Principles of electronic tubes, electron tubes. I just love it. So I get a lot of that stuff. I don't put a lot of money. Yeah, that's it. Rob says, I have many books from Amazon used for 1 penny. Yeah, I don't think I've paid more than $2 a book, but they don't even teach that stuff in high school anymore. You know, their vocational ed has been stripped out of schools. Then you look at like a Santa Rosa after the terrible fires we had, there's nobody to build houses. You know, they cleaned up all the sites, but they can't get any framing carpenters. There's not enough people that know how to do calculations and use a speed square to be able to figure framing and the angles that you need to do a roof. It's all, you know, so therefore, a lot of this stuff will never be rebuilt that burned down. Yeah, Jessica, Jennifer, they don't teach cursive either in a lot of schools. Yeah, Jill said, go to library. No, Nicole, shut up. Go back to your Korean food. Math is okay, you know. See Nicole doing her Korean food. I love that. Hey, RV Radio, nice to see you. But there's somebody I've really enjoyed watching mature over the last 5 years, because you know, even though Nicole is still a brat and stuff, she's less a brat now than she was 5 years ago. She was kind of a punky brat before. Now she's just a brat. But man, to see the stuff that she does and the cooking that she does, I thought, you know, honey, if you ever wanted to be a chef, yeah, chicken feet are good. Yeah, she had me really jealous with the chicken feet and stuff. I love good chicken feet. It's like been a while since I've been in the library. Yeah, Dill says they teach gay pride and gay acceptance, lost all the shop class stuff, gender roles and stuff. Yeah. You're causing some tingling in your place. All right, thanks, Stella. Oh, man. They don't teach it much in the school these days. And speaking of, Stellar was awful nice. He did that video reach out yesterday, which I was very appreciative of. You know, I've always liked Joe's philosophy and his wisdom on things, and I was very impressed that he did that video yesterday. So of course I did a video. I mean, I like to get along with people. I don't want to be on the outs with people. Yeah, and Andrea says, I don't get hard math either. I was a science nerd. Yeah, chicken feet are pretty good. It's not a hell of a lot of meat on them, but it's pretty terse meat when you get to chomping down on it. You need a Tiffany lamp. I don't think a Tiffany lamp would fit this room. This is more 1950s, 60s. Yeah, Dill, I enjoyed your modernism versus postmodernism thing. That had me going to looking up some stuff. Right there on the corner. I just don't think a Tiffany lamp is in keeping with the spirit of the room. Hey, Diane, nice to see you. Calculus, yes, the sum of e to the x. The function of e to the x, yes. Integral and differential calculus. Jesse said, I wasn't a math major, more of an AV and art kid. That's cool. I think they said that some people were left brained and some people are right brained. Some people gravitate towards very analytical things, and other people gravitate towards more free form thinking and more what I call a liberal arts mentality of knowing a little about a lot of different things, which is the way that creativity is done. Hey, Corey, nice to see you, sweetie. Nice to see you. And that's the way I was raised in the liberal arts tradition in college. That it's a difference between why I think that the Western mind is so much more creative, so much more innovative when it comes to Occidental thinking is so much more innovative than it when it comes to Oriental thinking. The Orient can take Western thinking and elevate it to a fine form. It can take a concept or an idea, and Sony can take that, or Panasonic, and really elevate that to an extremely great product. But as far as the original thoughts and the original innovation, it really does take oftentimes a liberal arts mindset to be able to connect a lot of dissimilar things, because the liberal arts background, you learn a lot, you learn a little something about everything, and therefore you can connect a lot of different ideas together, whereas the Oriental mind tends to be very focused on rote memorization and rote performance. In other words, studying and regurgitating facts. But I noticed in being in China and working with people, when it came to be able to write and to write persuasively, it was often very difficult to that concept of it. Persuasion is different than just putting facts out on the table, and just there takes a certain amount of steering and a certain amount of elegance and a certain amount of pulling things together. Hey, Lisa Gardner, nice to see you, sweetie. Liberal arts is a new phenomenon. Not really. Liberal arts has been around since Aristotle and Plato's days. So you would come together and you would have teachers that would cover a phenomenal amount of different subjects. You have St. John's College in Annapolis that specializes in the great books. All they do is you go in and by the time you've graduated, you've read like 150 what they call great books and discuss them and stuff. So no, I just think things, Alpha Wolf, because I sit in a unique position, speaking Chinese and understanding Chinese and living amongst Oriental people for 5 years in Asia. You really get some unique insights comparing the Occidental and the Oriental mind, and the way people come to conclusions, the way people persuade people, the way that people think. And it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. And language reveals a lot. Of language also dictates how people think within their own minds, in a framework of broad thinking or very restrictive thinking. The Asian mind is, you go home and you study and you do that 1,000 times and you get so good at it. Okay, see you Saturday, Deb. Nice to see you, honey. Ice Decker, there you have it, Roseology. Well, I'm not here to bore anybody about it. I'm just saying it's a fascinating subject. I think most everybody that's lived amongst foreign people will tell you that there's great differences in the way that people go about their business. And although I can see in the world we're kind of sort of coming together. Yeah, happy early Easter. Yeah, tomorrow's Good Friday. I'm always fasting on Good Friday. Yeah, Aristotle and Plato. Well, I majored in philosophy in college, philosophy and political science. All the great looking girls were in poli sci. Hey, Susie. Hey, boss. Nice to see you. Sleeping in tomorrow. I thought you were. Your text was a little late today. I thought you guys might be wrapping it up there. So good for you, boss. I hope you take a little time off and relax. All right, you're gonna be back on the book in San Francisco. That's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing you Saturday night. We'll be doing the hangout from the boss and Janet's. Dan, we're gonna leave here about 1 o'clock on Saturday, so we're gonna have a good time. Good time down there. Good for you. You went back to college, Diane. That's awesome. Yeah, I was. God, what did it have to be? 1978. I was working in Western Electric in Baltimore in the cable plant. What a job! 4 a.m. in the morning, spinning big ocean-going cable and stuff. Yeah, let's see. I'm interested in seeing what Public said here. He said, I get what you're saying. I work for a Chinese company. That's when I discovered I'm way too abstract-minded. It was hard explaining things. Yeah, that's why I think that the Western mind always has sort of a gateway to creativity that's very hard to find in the Orient. It's very difficult to see great leaps in innovation. It was more so in China in the early part of the 16th, 15th century. You had a tremendous amount of innovation. On the poli sci, was there right and wrong answers? Right? Yeah, Susie, he was looking at the test. I was all about the chicks at that time. Okay, take care, Nicole. Nice to see you, honey. Have a good day. BA Psychology 95. AT&T paid for all my college while I worked for them. That's good. Yeah, I got my MBA. My college paid for my MBA, so I thought I might as well take advantage of that. And at some ridiculous age, like 22, I had my MBA. So yeah, Ice Techer dropped out of college, went back to attend all the parties I've missed. Woo! There you go, baby. Well, I don't know, Jill. We could talk about that. We'll have differences. I feel like I'm a great observer of people and in cultures, and seen the effect that language also defines your ability to think thoughts. It's quite a few, Sambo. Quite a few. You take the structure of the English language. Yeah, 22 or 23. Yeah. I finished it up just as I graduated in 1980. I went to work for the college in fall of 1980. I started classes, and I think in 1982 I had my MBA from there. So yeah, tuition reimbursement, exactly. I don't know, Sambo. 12, maybe 13. Those poli-sci, psychology chicks, sociology, they knew how to party, man. Susie, how you doing, babe? Yeah, the San Francisco Union Hall. Smells like marijuana. But when you consider a language like Chinese, there's no such thing as past tense in Chinese. There's no conjugating verbs for past tense or future tense. It's non-existent in Chinese. You think about what that does for your thinking and your ability. Yeah, that's good. You wanted a master's of social work. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, MB. I don't know why you never stay around here. You go on other people's panels for hours and stuff. Are you mad at me or something? I had my BA in 1980. And I took full-on, almost full-time coursework while I was working. I mean, I would leave work at like 4 o'clock and be in class till 10 o'clock at night. Hey, Coop, how you doing? I missed you. I was thinking about you. Haven't seen you around too much. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing good. Hi, Ellie. Nice to see you. Physicist. Oh, okay, Amby. I thought you were mad. Okay. Stella, be nice, huh? Good. Glad to hear it, Coop. I've been busy as hell. Been working on taxes today. I did Bobby's taxes again today. I'm like, oh my God, Bobby's got another huge tax bill. And I thought of Carl the cop, pay your taxes, Bobby. Pay your taxes. I don't know, Jill Rogers, 68, 78, 20, 20, 21, I think. Yeah, 21 years old. I thought of Carl, pay your taxes today when Bobby, I did his taxes, and then God, it's like he owed a huge amount of money, and then he came in and said, "Oh, don't worry, I've been making estimated tax payments." I was like, "Thank God, man, your tax bill was like, whoa." Nice, Johnny. It says we're sleeping in for a few days. Good deal. Good deal. So, yeah, he owes massive taxes, Carl. Now he's reduced that to a decent one. So that was pretty cool. I was glad about that. Hey, Junker Jason. Yep, went to community college. Nothing wrong with that. So smart people started there as a way to avoid 4 years of a heavy tuition at a college. That's what I say, Lisa. I'm an old bat, honey. Lisa says in 80, I was only 11. Honey, I've been around a hell of a long time. Okay, take care, Sambo. Get to that refrigerator and get your hemorrhoid meds. That's it. Told you, God. Lisa, I'm an old broad. No, I don't think I graduated college early. I don't know. I graduated in 1980. I was born in 58. Do the math. So I'm an old bird. Eisenhower, baby. Yeah, we're going to be eating good Sunday. I feel bad, Janet. I feel like we foisted ourselves on you. I was just going to come down and drop off some goodies for you and the boss. So, but if you're going to feed us, I ain't going to complain. I'm going to bring down some goodies myself. So, oh, okay. Andrew says you're my hubby's age. Haven't I aged well, though? I think I look better in college than I did in college. You guys make me laugh. I think we'll get a little video down at the Boston Janet's MB for Easter. Other than that, going to be, thank you, Andrea. We're going to be, Good Friday. I always fast on Good Friday, so it'll be a long day. Yeah, Jason says, Rosie, I was just getting out of diapers when you graduated. Ice Tucker says, I missed the 80s. Went from 79 right to 90. There we go. I'm not sure how old I was, Deal. I just know that I think maybe I was 23. Maybe I'm trying to think. I know I got it really fast. I know I got it. I'd have to look at the date. I could pull out my diploma and look at it. I've got to look. I think it was 1980, 1982. I think I got it. Yeah, I never had hanger steak. I've never had that before. Rosie, who was your favorite apostle? That's a really good question. I think trying to think who would be my favorite. I guess St. Peter was my favorite because he was so rough-hewn and he was such a rough and tumble character, and he was so shocked when Jesus said, "Upon you, you're the rock. Upon you, I'll build my church." Like me, it's like the Bergs, right? Me. And he went on to greatness. Bergs, I want you to be. Yeah, that's a Cooper loves Peter. You're too funny, Coop, huh? I was only 17 when I got pushed ahead a grade in lower L. That's good, Diane. That's good. I don't know. There was something rough hewn about Peter that I found very attractive and very humble, very humble and very disarming type of person. Oh man, you guys are too much. Yeah, Peter was most loved. Although I don't think he could ever figure out why. And I guess the other one would be Thomas was my other favorite. When Doubting Thomas, he was my other favorite one, I guess. Blessed are those who have not seen yet believe. Yes, I am, David Dickey. I am. Yeah, I think I started elementary school in '82. I think I started elementary school in 1964, 1965. Miss Sally's romper room. Everything was black and white, guys. No, I think the cock crowed 3 times for Peter. He denied Jesus 3 times. So the book of Luke. How many HIV infected people are you acquainted with? Not, I can't really think of any that I am, Jill. And I never really hung too much with the community, and I just never really knew. I never really knew any. Yeah, Andrews, where's my Easter basket? Yeah. We ate all that candy that Joe Kane sent up from Australia. God. Woo. Yeah, Gilligan was our hero in '66. That's it. Yeah, I guess I haven't known many because, with the retrovar drugs that came out and stuff, I think there's quite a few in the community here, but they're well controlled and managed. Yeah, I mean, didn't Charlie Sheen at it? Yeah, I enjoy eating, but not that much. I mean, I had that badass stomach problem when I got back from the trip, Janet. That was awful. I had acid just pouring into my stomach and bloated and inability to sleep. It was terrible. Yeah, that's cool. Magic Johnson. Yeah, Janet and Jen enjoys eating. I used to go to here. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's funny. Wash your hands. No, it's fine. No, MB, I'm just saying I'd often see you hours in other chats, and you always just come by here and say hi, just coming by to say hi. No, I enjoy you being here. I just didn't. I thought you may be mad at me or something. Yeah, I'm from that era, but I was never really a player, Dill. I never went to never really hung out at gay bars and stuff like that. I mean, once in a while I go to the Pink Hippo on Reed Street in downtown Baltimore, but I didn't really know. By the time that stuff really broke, I was overseas. So, yeah, I had a belly ulcer. Yeah. Well, they have his Lakers jersey framed and hanging up in the gym. Yeah, I was like Magic Johnson. No, boss, I can blame it on Elvis. That damn crispy Cajun with that damn jambalaya. Hi, Anna. Nice to see you, honey. I hope you and yours have a great Easter too. Beautiful. So. Oh, okay. Yeah, Susie Rose. Well, MB's on a different time zone. I get that. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't mad at us or something. So yeah, she works hard. So hey, Mike G, nobody gets wrenched today. It's a Troll-a-Rama. So feel free. Nobody's on the wrench today. Nobody's on the wrench. I thought you was because you ate it. Well, I just see. I don't know, Rob. I did eat a salad that was old, and I don't know. I just don't really know. You know, my doctor, I went to see my personal doctor. Oh, excuse me. And that doctor, good night, Jesse. Thanks for stopping by, honey. That doctor determined that I had gastritis, which is a lot of acid that just causes bloating, and it's a horrible, painful feeling. Yeah, Ozzy's cool. I like Ozzy. Yeah, he's cool. Ozzy, I like spending time with Ozzy. He's a great guy. He's a great person. Yeah. So, and MB, you really did a number on Amanda. Wow. I was gonna say, honey, the beat goes on. I wake up every day, and it's like I'm watching the big tote board do. Drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. So the A. I was watching the A. Sing me a song, Mike G. I was watching the video. It got the A6300. Which is a hell of a camera. I mean, it's almost borderline pro. It's not like the A7 III or something like that, but it's a hell of a camera, you know. Oh, you heard Saturday's going to be, yeah, we're going to be down at the Boston Janet's down there. Yeah, that's pretty nice gear. And then to get the bokeh lens, the f1.8 or 1.5 to 40 millimeter. I have a 50 millimeter. Those things do great bokeh. If you saw my shots of my videos at San Quentin, when I went to San Quentin, I stood on a hill and I was perfectly in focus, but the background was blurry. You could see San Quentin behind. That's what the bokeh is, and they're great for that. So. Yeah, so you have a steep learning curve. A lot of this stuff is not easy to use. You gotta learn how to use the stabilization on it. You've got to understand what format are you shooting in ProRes? Are you shooting in RAW? Are you log? There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, it gets tremendously complicated to some of that stuff. So. Oh, MB said I might get food stamps now. That's funny. I don't think so, honey. I think you're doing it. I always said, MB, if it's people's money to spend, as long as it's YouTube legal. Hey, Kelly, can I troll you, baby cakes? Nice to see you, Kelly. When are you going to do a video on showing your clubs? Yeah, Anna says I can't even shoot cell phone videos. Well, Dave, well, I guess I should say Tucker. All right, Napa State Hospital, cool. Carl, I just went over to say hi for a minute over to Elvis's. I didn't stay long because we were sitting down at dinner, and I was trying to figure out the Boers chat tonight, what that was all about. But I thought that Tucker made an interesting comment that you can almost do as much with a cell phone camera today as you can with the big gear. And it's very true. I went out Monday and I did that video. It was called, Can an Old Cell Phone Make Cinematic Video? And yeah, it had a few, the video had a few rolling shutter issues. It had a few weird aberrations in it, but you kind of got the point that a 40-year-old camera could do some pretty good video. It could do a pretty good rendering of cinematic video. So, technology has really advanced a lot. That's why I want to get the Samsung 9, the 9 Plus, because great stabilization, great all that. So, it's a lot easier to travel with. Yeah, I remember when I did a little sub teaching before I went to China. I did a little substituting. Yeah, did you buy the Huawei Pro? I didn't even think you could get it. I was very interested in that camera too. Pneumatic Fantastic. I haven't gotten it. I'm interested in the Huawei Pro 20, which is another great camera. If you guys haven't looked it up, Huawei, Huawei camera, it's amazing. Low light, it's got 3 lenses on it. It has a dedicated white balance lens. But I heard that they weren't selling it in the U.S. Yeah, I'm clueless about Napa State. I went to Sonoma State for a little while when I was thinking about being a special ed teacher. So I think the 9 is a lot better for stabilization and a lot better for low light, and it has a dedicated f1.1.5 low light lens. Yeah, that's it, Ice Techer. Oh, you had a Huawei cell phone. Okay, because the P20, are you in the U.S.? Because I don't think it is for sale. Hey, Tom, nice to see you. I didn't think the Huawei, I saw a video, said, too bad you can't get it in the U.S., the P20. It looked good. It looked really good. No boots. Yeah, it's a Troll-a-Rama. We're not here to boot anybody out tonight. 3 lenses and okay, so you can't get it in the U.S. So I'm really jealous. Nomadic Fantastic is. I think the price here would have been $799. Well, it is still, Rogers. And I beg to differ. I do a lot of videography and stuff, and a f1.4 is a very fast lens. To be built onto a cell phone camera is phenomenal. Most of them have a 2.8. It's a big difference. It's a huge difference. So I'm gonna respectfully disagree on that. It's an enormous difference. Deal, how'd you find this? Yeah, it's Trump's fault. I guess so. I don't know, but it looks like a great camera. But in lieu of that, I'm gonna get the Samsung 9 Plus, all the bells and whistles, because, like I said, I've been using this Galaxy 5, which is 4 years old in April. So yeah. Yep, Coop is an MB fave. Yeah, you can't tell people who to like and who not to like and stuff. So that's for sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, we don't have any birds. Well, look up the Jill. Look up a video comparison between the 8 and the 9. Look up low light videos. That's what really I use for the gold standard. Look, any camera can take great pictures, great video outdoors, but how is the stabilization and how is the video indoors? That's the gold standard to me. The other stuff I could give a hoot about. Okay, that's the 2 things. How's the video stabilization? And how is the low light capability? Everything else every camera should be able to do that. And yeah, and for that Samsung to have that very fast lens at 1.4 is pretty amazing stuff. But that's your homework assignment. You've given me homework assignments before. That's your homework assignment. Yeah, like 90% of the people at the bottom of YouTube too. Yeah. I think I'm going to go get a beer and enjoy. I'm not working tomorrow, so. Oh, man. All of a sudden, it shot up to 85 degrees today. Oh, this is crazy what happens in California. When it goes to summer, it just goes. Yeah, I like the Sony. I like the Sony platform. I like the Sony A7 S. The 3's the new one came out, but it's a $2,000 camera body. I'm pulling away from a lot of that. I'm pulling away from a lot of that gear and selling off a lot of that stuff now. I'm going to be traveling, and I want to have things that are a lot simpler. I don't want to carry 60 pounds of lenses and gear. I can do 80% as much with a simple camera. It's more technique than anything else. Juice, how you doing, Juice? Nice to see you. Juice is in the house. It's officially a hangout now. What's happening, Juice? Just having a little bit of Troll-a-Rama, no boots, anything tonight. So, hanky panky. I can't remember the last time I had a pillow fight. You know, it's funny. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a man. Let me a catch. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Then bring me a man to thee. For me, oh, I wouldn't holler if he was handsome as anything. Is Diane C in here? Is she still in here? Diane C, my pal from SoCal. Are you still in here? I wanted to ask you a question. Yeah, Fiddler on the Roof. To Laser Wolf, to Tavia, to Sidle, my daughter, my wife, Spin the Bottle Kiss. But Diane, you're part of your family is Jewish and part is Gentile. Do you celebrate Passover and do you celebrate Easter, or what do you guys do? Yeah, I thought Fiddler on the Roof was pretty good. I thought that was good with Zero Mostel. Remember Zero Mostel, the great Zero Mostel? Great burly singer. Remember you guys probably didn't even remember to play Pippin. That was another one. Just think about the past, Pippin. Don't get me started on Broadway with chorus line. Do I have to put on my silver bikini? Do one. Singular sensation. Every move that she makes. Do. One look and suddenly everybody else would do. Is that a group of 7 picture over my left shoulder? That is a original Italian watercolorist. I can't remember her name right now, but that's actually a original piece of art from the 1880s. Oh, okay, Diane, I got you. So are you having you're having Passover tomorrow's Passover, right? So I hope you have a wonderful Passover. De-grump Dad for the day and have a Diane's dad's like, I don't want to be on video. That's funny. Yeah, I think when you're a kid, Easter's a lot more, it doesn't have the same panache as Christmas. But when you're older, it just doesn't, Yeah, some curry is good. I'm not a big fan of curry. I think I burned out on curry in Singapore. Hey, Elvis Camo, nice to see you, my friend. Nice to see you. We're caught in a trap. Yeah, I probably sing Elvis better than Elvis Travel does. I can't look back, because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you do to me? We can't go on with suspicious minds. Cause I love you too much, baby. That's it, MB. That's great, Juice. Better than Z even. Oh, Juice, you are funny as hell. I know I'm going to be called out for that. Kentucky rain keeps falling down, searching with the rain in my shoes, rain in my shoes, searching for you in the cold Kentucky rain, in the ghetto, and his mama crying. It's an old and dark December day, and another little baby born today in the ghetto, in the ghetto. Let's see. S9 is better than 8 for camera low light. Is rip off the fact they're releasing this as a new phone. Now, well, what do you know? Look at the Jill. Look at the iPhone 10. I mean, everything is everything is another iteration of advancement. Oh, okay. You celebrate Passover and Easter with that, but not this year. Okay, honey, I got you. Okay. Yeah, Bergs will be pissed that I wouldn't sing with them, huh? Yeah, that's cool. I just wonder. Yeah, Bergs has to. Debbie was singing tonight on the Hangout some good songs. That's cool. Yeah, I like Debbie Lynn. Yeah, I'm very supportive of what Debbie Lynn's got going on in her life. Kentucky has Industrial Hog Farm. They also have great bourbon. Let's see. MB says, I don't like the iPhone X, Rosie. MB, what's the, yeah, the P20's got the Leica lens. It's great. You got to go. Okay, Ice Techer, thanks for stopping by. Keep your stick on the ice. I like that. That's good. Jill's pretty damn smart. Yeah, iPhone's a definition of ripoff. Apple always has been no comparison to Samsung until now. I mean, Samsung's really lifted its game up. To me, you know, since videography is so important to me, it's like the holy grail for videographers is stabilization. That's what you need. And although I walk around a little bit with the iPhone, the Samsung Galaxy 5, the stabilization is so good now on the Galaxy 9 and the Galaxy 9 Plus. It's just like, you got to have it. Bye, Susie. Love you. I've got to have it. It's all about stabilization, walk and talk, and all that. And you know, it's important. LG phone is probably a value thing, Junker Jason. You know, it's probably a value proposition. It's good price for what you get. Popcorn Sutton moonshine in the store of $30 a bottle. See that shit? We put out moonshine 180 proof. They put it out at 80 proof. Samsung's the best. So I don't know, but if you're a videographer, I need the very best that I can get. I need good white balance, auto white balance. I need good low light capability. Good. Oh, the other thing the Samsung 9 has is stereo. The 8 does not have stereo. The 8 has monaural sound. The 9 has stereo, and it sounds fantastic. Sounds fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to get the 9, Andrea, the 9 Plus. I'm targeting to get that in April. Hey, Bill Clinton. Yeah, I don't have the big bucks. I don't really buy something, Bill Clinton, unless I free up the money from something else. So I'm selling stuff to buy that. I'm not going to just buy one. I'm selling other stuff to get that. Oh, that's cool. Junker says that LG is all about, it holds up to the abuse. That's good. You know, I hate to say it, but a lot of Elvis has got the lowest level LG phone that they sell in Walmart through Boost Mobile or whatever. Thank you, Juice. They got the lowest level. He's got the lowest level phone, and that still takes pretty good. Still looks pretty decent. So I just buy it outright, Andrea. I have T-Mobile. I just buy it outright. You know, I just make one payment and it's done. Okay, take care, MB. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by, honey. You have a great Easter, okay? Best assist too. Thank you, Pneumatic. Fantastic. S9 Plus is excellent. Yeah, I was gonna get the Pixel 2. Thank you, MB. We love you too, honey. I was gonna get the Pixel 2, but the sound quality is terrible. It's like they focused everything on the camera and the video, and then the sound was like a disaster on the Pixel. So I am going to, so sound is important too. So the Galaxy S9 has outstanding sound, and it has a stereo, and the 9 that the 8 does not have. Now, it might not mean a lot to you, but if you're listening to a beautiful song in stereo, there's a big difference between listening in stereo and listening on monaural sound. I mean, it's a huge difference. I always do, except with my guns, I just can't sell them. I hear you, Dill. You got a great collection with family and other stuff, and I know your background. You're going to be pretty well off and stuff. So you're what I call a modern day gentleman. So it makes a lot of sense to me. Hey, Zach, I can tell you what, we're not selling any of that stuff. We're loaded to the gills with stuff along those lines for prepping and all that. Things are getting a little bit of shaky in the world right now. So, you ever played Truth or Dare? I guess when I was younger. I guess last time I probably played was back in college or high school. At parties. Yeah, Susie says that phone. I want the new Samsung. Well, if you're a videographer and stuff, I think it's the holy grail of what's out there. Bye, Susie. Love you. It's like the gold standard now of I was looking at this very interesting, this Huawei, but they're not selling it in the US. So Coke bottle with a pop top. So I'll be interested in seeing what Amanda does with this 6300A. It's a heck of a piece of gear. I hear a lot of whippersnappers saying Truth or Dare, and I get confused. No, I don't know. I just haven't really done that, Stella, too much. Played that in a long time. I did a lot of strip poker in my day. Diane says, I want a mini iPad before I buy a new iPhone. Yeah, that's cool. I have a like an Amazon, one of those fire pads that Missy Jen bought me, I guess about 2 years ago at Christmas, and that thing's still holding up good. When I'm in bed at night, I'll watch old TV series and stuff sometimes, and thing does a great job. Problem is you can't use it for chat because it doesn't have, because Adobe fought with like a Google. You can't have side chat, doesn't show on it. So, you did some strip poker, huh, Diane? Yeah. Rosie, always into the more racy kind of excitement. I think we're going to go to the thrift stores tomorrow. Do a little thrift shopping. That's always fun. Not sure what all, or maybe we'll put the plants in. Got to get the tomatoes in. And then we're going to figure out maybe fish or chips tomorrow night, something like that. I'll be in a mood from fasting all day. Yeah, the LG is supposed to be the LG 30 is one that they always. The LG 30, check it out, Junker. It's one that they always do comparisons with the iPhone 10 and the Galaxy 9 and the Nokia. Check it out. I mean, I'm going to look at. I'm not one to just throw my money on the counter because it's, the most expensive is the better. The LG could be a real value proposition, but it's got to have great stabilization. do it. If it doesn't have great stabilization, then count me out. The Book of Peter. Oh, you and Stella really. Yeah, Janice, not much on dill pickles, but she's plenty on strip poker. I'm sure she was hell on strip poker. Let's see. Vegas Fixin says, I got an iPhone 5 for 50. See, that's great. But the problem is, Vegas Vixen, if I'm getting rid of a lot of my camera gear, I have to try to maintain the same quality. So I have to really pay up for stabilization. For me, it's got to be low light capability plus stabilization. Other than that, I could give a hoot about the phone. I don't care about the apps. I don't care about FaceTime, any of that crap. I could care less about that, you know. Just not in my wheelhouse. So, you know, I'm on this drive to simplify life, to get rid of a lot of stuff. Every time spring comes, I have this urge to get rid of a lot of stuff. But I was talking about Amanda. It's going to be interesting to see what Amanda's going to be doing with that camera. It's going to be a steep learning curve, I can tell you. The Sony format. There's so many different options for shooting, the logs that you want, the LUTs, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, do your research. Check it out. Look at a lot of videos. YouTube videos are great for comparing the Samsung 8 versus the Samsung 9. They'll take the iPhone 10, the Pixel 2, and they'll take the Samsung 9, and they'll mount them all in one frame, and they'll go shoot scenes, and you can really tell the difference between it. You can really go tell the difference. The best thing to do is watch a ton of videos about these products, and then decide what's the most important thing to me. For me, stabilization and low light capability is critical. So one thing that Amanda is going to discover with that bokeh lens, that 50 millimeter 1.4 very fast lens, it's going to be phenomenal for low light situations. It's a very fast lens. On the downside, it's not going to be a very wide. It's going to be very narrow in its field. I don't shoot in 4K. Doesn't mean anything to me. 1080, 60 frames per second is about as much as the human eye can comprehend, and it's anything else is taking a Coles to Newcastle. Yeah, you want to get a wide lens. I'm not sure what the kit lens is on that. What the kit lens is, you need like a 20 millimeter or something, 13 millimeter, 20 millimeter, something like that. Oh, well, Olivia says, next time you and General on the East Coast stop in Charleston, free parking in Miami. You know what, Olivia? Beautiful, beautiful city, Charleston. Right overlooking Fort Sumter, and the beautiful homes on Charleston Harbor there, and a great city with great food, all the shotgun homes and stuff there. Beautiful city. I've been to Charleston. I love it. Same here, Jason. I'm sticking with Android. I can't cut over to Apple. I've been on the Android platform too long. I have no intention of switching. The Android is the most competitive platform, and it's also the one that has the most competition for advancement in it, and I like that. Juice said, hey, Bean says, I'm drunk. I should fit right in. Hi, baby doll. How are you, sweetie? I just like Android. I just, I was raised on a PC platform, and I've always enjoyed the Android platform. I'm not cutting over to Apple. I only have 4 gigs of available memory on this Samsung 5. I'm tired of that too. I need to have a big 128 gig. So it's another reason I'm raising money to get that camera. Selling off stuff. Oh, that was good. Carl says, is anybody chimping tonight? Well, Carl, the night's still young, I think. Yeah, I think you can offload. I'm not sure if you can put an SD card in Vegas Fiction. I'm not sure. SD cards just seem, people do Wi-Fi transfers now. SD cards are going to be irrelevant in phones soon. Oh, I know I'm going to enjoy the camera, Andrea. Maybe by the time I raise the money, it'll be the Samsung 10. Actually, I'm pretty good with cell phones in terms of not losing them and taking care of them and not scratching them up and all that. Jen's a lot better. She has an iPhone 5. She had an iPhone 5, and she protected that thing so well for 4 years. That thing looked like it just came out. That thing looked like it just got kicked out of the factory. It was so nice. So nice. Good night, Diane. Good night, honey. Take care. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to go a little longer, too, and then call it. I'm sure somebody will be chimping out later. Juice will send me an alert if somebody's chimping out. Well, I like to get good cases for my phone, so I've had spec cases before, otter boxes, anything that's going to be protective like that. Yeah, Andrea, Juice will let me know if somebody's chipping. Apple's still supporting the 5. Berg's donated money tonight. All right. Chimp alerts. Shit. Yeah, happy Passover to all my Jewish friends. The Jew said chimp alerts 24/7. It's like, what would you call it? The Amber Alert. You got the Juice Alert. Chimping. Yeah, I got a chimping on aisle 9. Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is an alert. Ooh, ooh. Chimp alert, chimp alert, chimp alert. Oh, man. Wow, Punk says the iPhone 7 Jet Black, and trust me, you breathe on it and you scratch the finish. Now, that's scary. That's scary. That's funny as hell, Juice. LG, I'm on right. That's good. I mean, Junk or Jason, it seems like LG is really built strong. It's a really good unit. If I was on an extremely limited budget, I'm not saying you are, but it's saying if I was on an extremely limited budget, the LG would be the phone that I would gravitate to. Yeah, even Georgie chimped out while traveling. He sure did. He did good though, Andrea, he did. A lot of times he would freak out just for a minute or two, but then he got used to the fact that we're going to eat and we'll be back. Yeah, being iPhone is better than LG, but I guess we're just talking about for the money. People love the iPhone, but I'm just saying if you're on a somewhat smaller budget, those LG, even Elvis's puts out pretty amazing quality for just being a low end, the lowest of the low. The stabilization is crap, but all he has to do is just look down at his plate of food. It's funny. Yeah, I haven't seen the new BlackBerry. I have to check it out. That's what I love. The competition in the Android space. I don't know if Android is on that platform, so we'll see. But I like that. Boy, I got a lot of sun. Bean's like, who's that? All right, guys. Well, I'm going to shut it down. I got to get up early tomorrow. I'm sure somebody will be chimping on later. Nice to see you, Beans. Thanks for stopping by. Caro and Olivia, Greg, Andrea, everybody, Juice. Thank you so much, guys, for Don Juan. Hate to say I'm just out the door when you're coming in, so maybe Don will fire up a chat. Jill, thank you for coming in. Everybody, Bean, love you. Take care, everybody. Have a wunderbar rest of your night. Yeah, we tell Tribe to unban me. Night, Carl. Later, Jason.